Welcome to Pinball Mayhem. I'm Ed and I just bought a project game. I'd like to take you on a journey of the steps that it's going to take for me to get this as a project just fresh in my home to a working game that I'm happy with and desire or able to join my lineup. So first off, this is a Centaur II, and we're going to explore a few unique parts about it later on in another video. What did I decide? What did I think of before I bought this? You have to know your skill level. What are you able to do? What are you not? Before you walk in. So, am I capable of repairing a wooden cabinet that's all busted up? Yes, I can do that. So there's a loose corner here. There's some other damage that we'll look at a little later, and that does not concern me. But that's also something I know I can do. Board work I can do. The playfield's in nice shape. Another thing you have to think: parts availability. Are there the parts, what's available before you go in to look at a game? If you go in there and plastics are missing or cracked and you know you can buy a brand new set for 150 bucks, okay, well, use that as negotiating and just make sure that you get that new set right away while it's still available. Of course, you also have to know the market value of a game. The same person I got this from had a Space Invaders, which is about a year or two difference, and if I expected to pay the same for this that the Space Invaders is worth in the same condition, I would be crazy. So I have to know that this game is more valuable and Space Invaders less valuable, and about what the project price is. So research, watching other bids, looking at what the completed unit is worth and what it might go into it. So I'm real happy with the condition here. Plastics are real good. I got one that's broken. Those are always broken. Once again, with research, what's always bad, what you're always going to need, and just taking a visual assessment with the game before you get it. What can you get? What's not a big deal to you? So, now the back box, we'll go and take a look over that. So luckily the buyer was able to open up the back box. Sometimes locks are stuck, keys are missing, and when they're missing, it's a big unknown. So luckily this one I was able to open up and inspect, and you know, when you're paying for a maybe more valuable game, that's very good, so you don't overpay for something. I'm going to open this up. Now the back glass is in pretty good shape for a Centaur II. That's another thing to know. What is bad? Even though it's had touch-ups, it has lifting, a lot of Centaur II owners would be very happy to own this glass over what they have. This has not been reproduced either. Be very careful with it. Okay, so actually that's pretty clean. I'm not really worried. These take the 555 style bulbs. I'll just get all brand new ones. Opening it up, so unlike a different style cabinet where all the boards are laid out in the back, they have to make room. A couple things we're going to look at is there's two sound cards, Squawk and Talk and Say It Again. That's the reverb. That gives that really gravelly, echoey voice. And these are fairly special to Centaur II. I believe this is a special version, the Squawk and Talk. So if any of those are missing, this board they do make a replacement for, and that's about $90. It's a lot smaller, and a lot of people think it works better. But if it's missing, you got to get one. Squawk and Talk, I think you can get other boards and make them work by jumpering them. Here's our auxiliary lamp driver board. Everything looks real clean. Of course, the electrolytic capacitors will get replaced as part of my going through. Here's our lamp driver board. Once again, real clean. Pins are straight. Wiring looks like mostly original connectors. That's good. Not too burned now. I want to bring your attention to something on the bottom of this game, which is one of the particular ugliness that we all kind of laughed about when we looked at it. This may look like the standard bottom of a pinball machine. It's not. Someone had taken a half-inch piece of plywood and attached it to the bottom of the game. And you can see it's attached in there, and if you look down in here, it's hard to see, but the bottom of the game, where the lip normally holds this in, because there's a lip that holds the bottom in, has been broken out. So simply what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, probably have to take the playfield out as it sits vertically. It might be a little bit of a trick, but I'll get it out safely and prop that somewhere safe. And I'm going to take this off with these carriage bolts. There's some carriage bolts on the side someone added, and repair that. And that's a little bit of a task if you've never done it before. It's kind of more of advanced woodworking. I'm going to either take a router and a jig I made and route that clean, and then I got some piece of hardwood I'm going to glue and clamp in there. Use some pin nails to hold it in place, or you can carefully chisel and sand it. If this is bad, from here to here, you replace the whole strip. Hardwood is nice. I go a little bit taller, so if I lay it down on a truck or something, it's not going to damage it. Same for this side. I'm going to see how bad the sides are. If it's halfway down, I might just router it all the way down and replace it. It's plywood. When those plies are cut so thin, they fall apart. So thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing future videos. Hopefully eventually we get this thing running and we get some play videos on it. So make sure you subscribe if you want to watch those.